Thank you. That's good. That's very good. And yet you really shouldn't have hurried too much, you know. I don't quite know how to apologise for having kept you waiting. I was just finishing the... well, I was just finishing... Well, I do apologise. I hope you will forgive me.
Oh, but you mustn't, sir. Please, don't apologise.
Did you have any trouble finding the house?
Not a bit. Not a little bit. But then everybody here knows you.
They do? Why? I mean, they do. Yes, of course they do. Why is that? Well, that would be because I've lived in the town for many years. Beautiful weather we're having. No? Perhaps it's not too bad. That's the main thing. It's not raining. It's not well, it's not snowing either.
Well, that would be rather surprising so in the summer.
Well, forgive me, mademoiselle. I was just about to say that myself, but in this life, one has to be prepared for anything.
Yes, sir. Naturally.
In this world of ours, mademoiselle, one can never be sure of anything.
Well, snow falls in the winter, and winter is one of the 4 seasons, and, well, the other 3 are spring.
Very good.
And, summer.
Yes, excellent.
And,
well, let's see now. It begins like automobile, mademoiselle.
Oh, autumn!
Very good. Yes, excellent indeed. I am sure you'll prove a very good pupil. You seem intelligent, well informed, a good memory.
Yes, sir. You see, I'm thirsty for knowledge. My parents, they want most awfully for me to persevere in my studies. They believe that a little general culture, however soundly taught, it just doesn't go far enough.
Well, mademoiselle, I apologise for saying so, but your parents really are perfectly right. You really must continue your studies. Really is quite essential. You see, modern life has become, so very complex.
And so complicated. But then, I'm lucky. My parents aren't badly off, and they'll be able to help me in my education so that I'll be able to take the highest degrees possible.
I see. And you would like to apply for an interview?
Yes, sir. As soon as possible, to start studying for my doctor's degree. It's in 3 weeks' time.
3 weeks? Oh, my goodness me. Well, let's see. You already have your school leaver certificate.
Yes, sir. For arts and science.
Arts and science? Oh, you're very well developed. For your age. And which of the doctorates did you intend to read for? Material science or normal philosophy?
Well, my parents would really like me to study for all the doctorates, if you think it's possible in such a short time.
Oh, the doctorates? You are a very courageous young lady. Well, we'll try. We'll do our best for you. Besides, you are most knowledgeable already.
Oh, sir.
Well then, let's say, well, I'll begin by giving you a brief examination on the knowledge you have acquired so far, and that will give me an idea about the lines along which we must work in the future. Good. Well now, mademoiselle, how do you feel about your perception of plurality?
A little vague and confused.
Then we'll have a look at that. Well now, mademoiselle, what do you say to maybe doing a little arithmetic?
Oh, but of course, sir. Couldn't ask for anything better.
It's a fairly new science, you see. A new science, a modern science. I suppose one should really call it a method rather than a science. It is also a therapy. Marie, have you finished?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm just going.
Well, hurry up, please.
This is what I've come for.
Back to the kitchen with you. Go on.
Yes, sir. I'm just going, sir. Beg your pardon, sir, but you will be careful. You will stay calm.
Don't be ridiculous, Marie. Nothing whatever to worry about.
That's what you always say.
Your insinuations are entirely without foundation, Marie. I am perfectly capable of behaving myself. After all, I am old enough.
But that's just it, sir. You'd much better not start Mamselle off with arithmetic. That arithmetic never did anyone any good. It makes you tired and excites you.
Business isn't of yours. You've no right to be in here anyway. It's my concern. I know what I'm doing here. Go on, away with you.
Very well, sir, but don't say I didn't warn you.
I am not interested in your warnings, Marie.
Monsieur must do as he thinks best.
I'm so sorry about this stupid interruption. She's worried about my health.
Oh, but you mustn't, sir. She must be very fond of you. And, well, that shows she's devoted to you. And good servants are hard to find.
She really goes too far. Stupid to be so nervous. Let us get back to our arithmetical sheet.
I follow you, sir.
But still sitting down, I see. Good. Then shall we arithmetise a little?
Yes, sir. I'd be pleased to.
And then perhaps you wouldn't mind.
Not at all, sir. Please go right ahead.
What do 1 and 1 make?
1 and 1 make 2.
Oh, that's very good indeed. You're extremely advanced in all your studies. You'll have very little difficulty in passing all the doctorate examinations.
Oh, thank you, sir. That means such a lot, especially coming from you.
Let us, however, proceed. Let us, however, proceed a little further. What do 2 and 1 make?
2 and 1 make 3.
3 and 1?
4.
4 and 1.
5.
5 and 1.
6.
6 and 1.
7.
7 and 1.
8.
7 and 1.
8.
Very good answer. 7 and 1.
8 again.
Excellent. 7 and 1.
8 for the 4th time.
Magnificent.
And sometimes no.
Ah! Magnificent, magnificent. You're quite sublime, mademoiselle. There's no point in going on. You're quite first-rate addition. Let's just try subtraction. Just tell me, and that's as if you're not too tired, what is left when you take 3 from 4?
3 from 4. What is left? 3 from 4.
That's it. I need to say, what is 4 minus 3?
Well, that makes 7.
No. You're rolling it up, you see. 3 plus 4 makes 7. Take 3 away from 4, and that makes... it's not a question of rounding up now. You have to subtract.
Yeah, see.
So, 3 from 4 then. That makes... how many?
3 from 4. Well, that makes 4.
That's not the answer. Terribly sorry.
3 then.
No, that's not right either, mademoiselle. I really do apologise.
3 from 4. Well, I don't suppose it wouldn't make 10.
Oh, dear me, no, mademoiselle. Look, you mustn't rely on guesswork. You must reason it out. Shall we try and solve it together? Would you be so good as to count?
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you know how to count, all right? You can count up to what number?
Oh, I can count up to infinity.
That's impossible.
Up to 60.
That's quite far enough. We must always recognise our limitations. Go on counting then, please.
1, 2, 3, and after 3 comes 4.
Now stop there, mademoiselle. Now, which number is the greater, 3 or 4?
Greater? Well, in what way greater?
Well, you see, some numbers are smaller than other numbers. In the greater numbers, there are more units than there are in the smaller ones.
And in the smaller numbers?
Well, unless the smaller numbers are made up of smaller units. If the units are very small, there may be more units in the small numbers than there are in the big ones. That is if they're not the same units.
Well, in that case, small numbers can be bigger than big numbers.
Well, yeah, no. Well, that takes us too far. I just want you to realise that there are other things apart from numbers. There are sizes, and then there are totals, and there are groups, and then there are heaps of things like ducks and drakes and cabbages and kings, etc., etc. Now, what is 4? Greater or smaller than 3?
Smaller. Well, no, it's greater.
Ah, and how many units are missing between 3 and 4, or between 4 and 3, if you're about that?
Units between 3 and 4. Well, there aren't any, sir. 4 comes immediately after 3. There's nothing at all between 3 and 4.
I'm terribly sorry. It's doubtless my own fault. I just haven't been clear enough.
No, sir. The fault is entirely mine.
Look. Let's take some simpler examples, shall we? Suppose you had 2 noses, and I plucked one off. Now, how many would you have left?
None.
What do you mean, none?
Well, it's just that you haven't plucked one off, but I've still got one now.
No, you didn't quite understand my example. Suppose you only had 1 ear,
Yes.
and then I stick another one on. How many do you have?
2.
Good. Now I stick another one on. How many ears do you have?
3 years.
Good. Now I take one away. How many ears do you have left?
2.
Good. Now I take another one away. How many do you have left?
2.
No. I take one away. Look, I nibble one off, if you like. How many do you have left?
2.
No, I nibble one of them off. One of them!
2.
1!
2.
1! 2! 1! 2! Look, mademoiselle, if you don't succeed in understanding these archetypal arithmetical principles, how could you ever hope to make calculations such as... this would be as easy as winking to the average engineer, such as this, for example. How much is 3,755,998,251 multiplied by 5,168,303,508?
Well, that would make a 19 quintillion, 4 trillion, 3 billion, 508.
No, 509.
No, 508.
Yes, mate. One, 500. But how did you arrive at that answer if you don't understand the principles of arithmetical calculation?
Well, it's quite easy, really. As I can't rely on reasoning it out, I simply memorise all the possible combinations in multiplication.
The combinations are infinite!
And I managed to do it anyway.
It's quite astounding. Nevertheless, I am far from satisfied with your progress, mademoiselle, and you must do without my congratulations. In mathematics, and particularly in arithmetic, what counts, and you can't get away from counting in arithmetic, what counts above all else is the ability to understand what you are doing. I'm afraid you can hardly think of going in for the total doctorates.
Oh, monsieur.
Sake, Marie, leave me alone. Still, we'll try and prepare you at least for the partial doctorate. For heaven's sake, Marie, leave me alone. What the devil do you mean by it? I think perhaps I should teach you then if you're really anxious to go in for the partial doctorate.
Oh, yes, sir.
The essentials of linguistics and comparative philology.
Philology?
Of all things, monsieur, not philology. Philology is the worst of all.
The worst of all? What a funny thing to say.
Marie, you are going too far. Leave the room.
Very well, monsieur, but don't say I didn't warn you.
I'm not at all interested, Marie. I am over 21.
Monsieur must do as he thinks best.
Shall we go on then, mademoiselle?
Yes, sir.
I shall ask you then to follow this prepared course of mine, thanks to which you may in just 15 minutes acquire the fundamental principles of the comparative and linguistic philology of the Neo-Spanish languages.
Oh, sir, how marvellous!
Silence! What's all this for? Silence! Spanish, then, mademoiselle, is actually the mother language which gave birth to all the Neo-Spanish languages, among which we include Italian, Latin, French, Romanian, Portuguese, Sardinian, Sardanopolitan, Spanish, and, in fact, Neo-Spanish, and, of course, we may in some respects add Turkish, itself, however, rather closely related to Greek, which is, after all, perfectly logical, Turkey being Greece's neighbour, and Greece lying closer to Turkey than either you or I. This is but one more illustration of a very important linguistic law, according to which geography and philology are twins. You may take notes, mademoiselle.
Yes, sir.
What distinguishes these different languages and separates them from the other linguistic groups is their striking resemblance to one another, so that it is extremely difficult to tell them apart. Every language, mademoiselle, note this carefully and remember it till the day you die.
Yes, sir, till the day I die, sir.
Every language is in fact only a manner of speaking. Which inevitably implies it is made up of sounds or phones. Yes, quite right. Don't show off airing your knowledge, or better just listen. Sounds, mademoiselle, should be caught in flight by their wings, so that they do not fall on deaf ears. Consequently, when you have made up your mind to articulate something, you are recommended so far as possible to stretch your neck and your chin well up, like this. Yeah, be quiet and sit where you are. Stand right on the tips of your toes, you see, and to let the sound out with the full force of your lungs, assisted by your vocal cords, like this. Now, watch me. Oh, butterfly! Eureka! Trafalgar! Pepperpot! In this way, the sounds filled with warm air, weighing lighter than the air all around, will float on and on, no longer in danger of falling. Yes, quite right, but don't interrupt. And in indescribable chaos, or bursting like balloons. And so... Oh, what's the matter with you?
I've got the toothache, sir.
We're not stopping for a little thing like that now. So continue.
I've got the toothache, sir.
To continue.
Yes.
Summing up then, learning to pronounce takes years and years. Thanks to science, we may do it in a few minutes. In order to make sounds or words or anything you like, you must realize then that the air has to be pitilessly forced out of the lungs, lightly brushing the vocal cords, so that like harps or leaves beneath the wind, they start quivering, trembling, vibrating, or hissing, or rustling, or bristling, or whistling. And with a whistle, set everything in motion. Uvula, tongue, a palate, teeth, lips. Finally, the words come out through the nose, the mouth, the ears, the pores of the skin, bringing in their train all the uprooted organs of speech we've just named. A powerful, majestic swarm, no less than what we have properly called the voice, modulated in song, or rising in terrible symphonic wrath. A regular procession, sheaves of assorted blossoms of sonorous conceits, labials, dentals, plosives, palatals, and the rest, some soft and gentle. Some harsh and violent!
Got toothache!
We shall first examine the points of similarity, so that later we may the better understand what distinguishes these different languages one from the other. The differences are scarcely perceptible to those not experienced in detecting them. Thus, all words in all languages...
Oh yes, I've got the toothache!
Thus, all words in all languages are always the same, as are all flexional endings, all prefixes, all suffixes, and all roots. Now,
are the roots of words square roots?
Square or cubic? Depends.
Oh, I've got toothache.
Let me give you an example, which is barely more than an illustration. Take the word front.
How am I to take it?
However you like, so long as you take it. But whatever you do, don't interrupt.
I've got toothache.
Take the word front then. Have you taken it?
Yes, I've got it. My tooth.
The word front is the root word in frontispiece. Also in effrontery. Eri is a suffix and F is a prefix. They are so called because they do not alter. They don't want to.
Toothache.
Oh, leave your tooth alone!
I've got the tooth. I have.
Good. How, for example, would you say in English, the roses of my grandmother are as yellow as my grandfather Who was Asiatic?
Toothache!
Oh, come along now, that doesn't stop you saying it!
In English?
In English.
Well then, one would say, in English, the roses of my grandmother. In English you say grandmother.
Yes, of course.
The roses of my grandmother are as yellow. You say yellow?
Yes. Yellow. Yellow, of course. Yellow, yes.
Then the roses of my grandmother are as yellow as my grandfather when he lost his temper.
No! Who was Asiatic?
I've got toothache.
That's right.
I've got
Toothache! Never mind. Let's go on. I'll say the sentence in Spanish, then in Neo-Spanish, and lastly, Latin. Be very careful, for the similarity is surprising. The similarities are, in fact, identical.
I've got toothache.
Listen and follow me carefully. In Spanish, the roses of my grandmother are as yellow as my grandfather, who was Asiatic. In Latin, the roses of my grandmother are as yellow as my grandfather, who was Asiatic. Did you catch the distinction?
I've got toothache.
Will you please listen to me, mademoiselle? You are making me very angry.
And I've had enough of it, sir. I've got...
God blast you! Will you listen to me?
All right. Sorry.
What distinguishes these languages then, one from the other? On the one hand, Spanish, the mother language. On the other hand, is
what?
an intangible thing. An intangible thing you can only grasp after much difficulty and long experience.
Really?
Yes, really! There are no rules for it. You've got to have the knack. That's all. And to have the knack means study, study, and still more study.
That's enough! That's enough! I've got...
That toothache! That toothache! Teeth, teeth, teeth! I'll have them all out for you in a minute.
Oh, my tooth.
Silence! Or I'll blow your brains out.
Just you try it, windbag.
Just be quiet!
I've got toothache.
The most... What's the word? The most paradoxical, that's the most paradoxical thing, is that hundreds of people without a shred of education manage to speak these different languages. Did you hear? What have I just said?
Managed to speak these different languages. What have I just said?
You were lucky that time. It would be better for you if you could keep your eyes off the flies while I'm giving myself all this trouble for you. Would help if you tried to be a little more attentive. I'm not the one taking my partial doctorate. I passed mine long ago. My total doctorate, in fact, and my super total diploma. Can't you see I'm only trying to help you?
Toothache!
Oh, no, can't go on. Not like this. In order to learn to distinguish these different languages, mademoiselle, you already said there's nothing like practice. Let us proceed in an orderly fashion. I'll try to teach you all possible translations of the word knife.
All right, if you want to.
Marie. Marie. Marie! Marie! Marie, why don't you come when I call you? You know you must come at once when I call. I'm the one who gives the orders here, you understand? This girl does not understand a thing! Not a thing!
Don't take on so, monsieur. Think what it may lead to. You may go too far.
She'll be able to stop in time.
I've heard that before. I should like to see it happen.
I've got a toothache.
What did I tell you? It's beginning. That's the sign.
What sign? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Yes, what are you talking about? I've got the toothache.
It's the final symptom. The worst symptom.
Nonsense! 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 Don't just walk away from me like that. I called you in here to look for the knives. Spanish, Latin, Oriental, Romanian, Sardinian, Sardanapalitan, Spanish, and Neo-Spanish ones.
Well, you needn't think you can count on me.
Ah! A, B, C, D, E, F, H, K, 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 N. Here's one. Here's a knife, mademoiselle. K, N, I, F, E. Knife. It's a pity there's only one. But we'll have to make do for all the languages. Now, what you need to do is to stare closely at the object while you imagine it belongs to the language you're using.
Oh, I've got toothache.
I say it after me. Say nigh. Like nigh. Like. Watch it. Don't take your eyes off it.
What is this one? French, Italian, or Spanish?
Doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to you. Say nigh.
No.
Watch it. Again. Watch it.
No! No more, that's enough! Besides, my head aches, and my eyes ache, my teeth ache.
Knife. Watch it. Knife. Watch it. Knife! Watch it!
No! No. You're making my ears ache. What a voice you've got.
Say it!
Piercing it is.
Say knife!
No. No more. My ears ache.
So have those ears of yours off my feet. Then they won't hurt you anymore.
No.
Say knife.
You're hurting me. It's you that's hurting me.
Say it. Knife. Knife.
Knife. It must be Neo-Spanish.
If you like. Yes, it is in Spanish.
What are you insinuating?
You're in too deep in your shoes.
No, my teeth ache. Oh, my eyes
Say
ache.
knife. 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 Knife.
Knifey,
Knife.
knifey,
Knife.
knifey.
Knife. Knife. Knife.
Knife, I'm aching all over. No, knife. Knife, my throat, my neck, knife. Knife, my breast, knife. My hips, my thighs.
Say it clearly! Knife,
Knife,
knife, knife,
my
Knife.
breast, knife.
Knife.
My thighs, knife.
knife, knife, knife,
My throat,
Knife.
my neck,
Knife.
knife.
knife. That's right. Now you're saying it nicely.
Knife, my breast, knife.
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 Take care. The knife can kill.
Knife can kill.
Ah! Little bitch! She asked for it!
Now I feel better. I can hardly breathe. I'm so tired. Mademoiselle! Mademoiselle! Come on now, mademoiselle, you can get up now, you can go home, the lesson is over now, you can go now if you want to. Look, you can pay me another time if you like. Knife too. Oh, this is awful. Oh, Marie, come quickly, Marie, please come quickly, Marie. Hello, no, I don't need you, Marie. I made a mistake. I don't need you, Marie, dear Marie.
So, you're pleased with your pupil then? She learns a lot from her lesson.
The lesson, yes, the lesson is over now, but she's still here.
Well.
Well, it wasn't me, Marie. I didn't do it, Marie.
Well, who else was it then? Oh, was it me?
I don't know. Perhaps.
Oh, or was it the cat?
Well, perhaps it was the cat. I mean, I don't know.
And it's the 40th time today. And every day, it's the same story. Every day. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, and at your age too. You know, there soon won't be any pupils left.
I mean, it wasn't my fault. she was a bad pupil. She was disobedient. She just plain didn't want to learn.
Liar.
Anyway, it's none of your business.
Filthy little murderer. Revolting little swine. Wanted to do that to me, did you? Well, I'm not one of your blessed pupils. Put the knife on the table. Come on, put it on the table. Well, are you at least sorry you did it?
Yes, I am.
Good. Well then, I suppose you're not such a bad boy after all. Well, we'll have to do what we can to put things right, I suppose.
What are we going to do?
Well, we'll have to bury her. Along with the other 39, that means we'll need 40 coffins. And yes, we'll have to order the wreaths.
Too expensive, these wreaths. She hasn't paid for her lesson.
Don't you go worrying yourself about that. Anyway, we better cover her up. She's not decent.
Yes.
We can carry her away then.
Yes. Yes. I could get sent to jail for this. 40 coffins. What would people think? What do we do if anyone asks us what's inside?
Don't you go making trouble for yourself. No one will ask. And if they do, we'll just say they're empty.
Thank you. Marie. You're a good girl. Very faithful.
Yes, yes. Right then, are you ready?
Yes, Marie. I am ready. Just take care not to hurt her now.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, all right, I'm coming. Oh, it's in a rare hurry. A real hurry. Oh, here I am, Mademoiselle. Good morning, Mademoiselle. Are you the new pupil? The professor's expecting you. Do come in, won't you? I'll go and tell him you're here.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is a difficult text this group has chosen. A lesson by Eugene Ionesco, presented by excuse me, the Didcot Phoenix, a drama group. Ionesco became world famous in the 50s as probably the leading writer of this burgeoning theatre of the absurd movement. Although he wrote several full-length plays, it's perhaps his short plays that are now revived more frequently. Perhaps it's difficult to sustain this absurdist style over a full evening. A highly successful production of his short play The Chairs has recently transferred from London to New York and is up for various Tony Awards there at the moment. Now, the lesson has been described as a circular comic tragedy, satirising the pedagogue and the quest for domination. So in production, I think this strong element should be brought out. There's got to be this gradual shift in the scales of confidence. The rhythms in the dialogue, and they're there, should be explored, And the words are used as a means of attack and defence. It's interesting that the word knife kills the girl. A successful production of this play should amuse us at times and disturb us at other times. How did they get on? The set, well, an interesting set, clearly not a naturalistic one, a stylised one. Very often, theatre of the absurd is played in a very naturalistic set. It's almost as though the absurd things are happening, but in a natural surrounding. You hadn't gone for this. Certainly the impressive books looked colourful, providing the support for the benches too. Also giving the academic background to the play. It seemed the director had left her mark on the script, on this particular production, literally as well as metaphorically. It looked colourful, it looked attractive. Did it serve the play? Because you can have the most attractive set, you know, if it was a curtain, you know, sometimes a curtain goes up, you see, wonderful set, and sometimes audiences clap a set. But I think you've got to wait and see whether it served the play. I remember once seeing a production of a play called Inherit the Wind, which some of you may know, which was set in a market square. They had an absolutely wonderful set with houses all the way around, and they had about 50 people on the stage when the curtain went up, and it looked wonderful. But when it came to the exit of this crowd, there was just one small exit, and we waited for these 40 people to get through. So here was a production, a presentation which looked good, but it didn't actually serve the play. I thought this did largely, the only problem was, it did lead to a rather lateral production. It tended to be an awful lot of, walking up and down here, and they didn't really sort of work at the angles. And I just wondered whether that bench could have been more at an angle across there, so that there's more triangles to work in. I thought the professor actually had particularly in the first part of the play, or 2/3 of the play, an awful lot of walking backwards and forwards, and I think that was the slight problem. And I also would have liked, at moments, for him to get round the front of the table. I wonder whether that could have just come back slightly. Particularly at the beginning, I thought where the girl is dominant and was almost pursuing him round the room, whether he was backed into that corner, and I just wanted, use that table almost like a roundabout. If you'd got a bit more space, perhaps you could have done it, but again, I think if this was angled slightly more, you still could have done it here tonight. The costume's fine, the professor's gown, the girl modern, in her colouring and appearance, the maid dark, in contrast to the girl. No problems with the lighting. The person who knocked on the door outside, I think actually could have knocked, made it even more insistent than it was. On to the production itself. Well, perhaps I usually do a sort of conclusion at the end, and I'd actually quite like to do a conclusion now and then go back. I thought this was an extremely confident production from a group who understood this play very well indeed. They captured the style of the piece, they built it at the beginning, they sustained it throughout the piece. It's a very, very difficult text, and I thought it was both amusing in parts, definitely disturbing in parts, and in a way it made memorable theatre. So the things I'm going to say are based on that very strong approval of what this company did. The sound, at the beginning, I was pleased that you did what a lot of groups actually don't do, and that is take the house lights down as the sound of your introductory music comes on. Sometimes it goes down and then we wait for the music. Ideally, the two things should be happening at once. The house lights are going down and your introductory music started. Actually, having said that, I wasn't all that fond of your introductory music. It was a slightly ponderous piece, I thought, and I think it needs to be lighter at the beginning. The play gets very dark at the end, yes, but at the beginning, I think it's lighter, and it was a rather heavy, sort of ponderous piece, so perhaps think about that if you do it again. Excellent entrance from the pupil, relaxed, casual, sort of young, and the professor shy, timid, diffident. We were talking last night how important entrances are in establishing your character from the word go. Particularly in a short, well, in a one-act play, it's even more important. And I thought both those entrances were very good. The director moved the opening duologue well. The girl driving the professor around the stage, as I say, pity it. This is when I thought it's pity they couldn't drive down the table. It did tend to become too lateral. I thought a bigger contrast when the professor sees Marie on her two entrances, really. And perhaps we could try that the first time you come on when they're here, to get this contrast between your attitude to the pupil and being interrupted. I didn't quite get that strongly enough. Can we just try that now, see what happens? I think you were quite close to her, but you're almost leaning over her, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And I wonder whether it might be better to actually break away from her and get caught between the two women in your life at this moment. I mean, I know there's been 39 others earlier on, but, right. But you know, if you could sort of be still sort of simpering to her, but then annoyed, could you sort of break and get in the middle, and then we might see your face as you like. What can you do the line or two before?
Yeah. Okay. Then shall we do a little arithmetic?
Yes, sir. I'd be pleased to, sir.
It's a fairly new science, a modern science, I suppose. I suppose one should really call it a method rather than a science. It is also a therapy. Marie, have you finished?
Yes, sir. I'm just going. Got what I came for.
Hurry up, please, back to the kitchen with you.
Yes, sir. I'm going, sir. But I beg pardon, sir. You will be careful, won't you? You will keep calm.
Don't be ridiculous, Marie. There's nothing at all to worry about.
That's what you always say.
Your insinuations are entirely without foundation, Marie. I am perfectly capable of behaving myself. After all, I am old enough.
That's just it, sir. You'd much better not start Mademoiselle off with arithmetic. It never did anyone any good. It makes you tired and excites you.
Business isn't of yours, anyway. It's my concern. I know what I'm doing here. You've no right to be in here anyway.
Very well, monsieur. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Right, Christopher, that's fine. Almost when you smile at Oakland, you can almost take one step. It's torn between these two people, I think. Where you stand on the stage is saying something about how you're feeling. Fine. You can just go on, because this book, which was down here at that point, wasn't it? Yes. When you came in. Is it symbolic? What is the book? Why are you coming for the book?
So he can't get the knife at any point.
Right. I mean, I think that book is tremendously important, I think. And right at the end, you want to go out with it, don't you? And we've nearly reached that point, haven't we? Could you make more of taking it on her and almost sort of eye-to-eye contact with her? So although your hands on the book, you're actually looking in her eye, and it's a power battle. Who's going to have the book? Is she going to go off? Because it's a potent symbol, isn't it? I think. And I think we could use that just a bit more. I think using a prop on the stage can say, you can use a prop to say an awful lot. And it nearly came out tonight, not perhaps quite strongly enough tonight. So, well, roughly where you are, you picked it up.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
Very well, sir. But don't say I didn't warn you.
I am not interested in your warnings, Marie.
That's not different.
Very well, monsieur.
Yes, having said,
Hang on for too long.
I mean, you caught the eye, but perhaps you put down with his hand. Because it was a nice grip he got. So you've got his eye, and then perhaps look at the hand, and then back at the eye, and then who's going to take it, and then you take it.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
I am not interested in your warnings, Marie.
Monsieur must do as he thinks best.
Oh, that's nice to look at the end. What happened to the ball then? Why didn't you do that?
I put it back on the floor.
Yes. Right, that's fine. That's good. We're not going to do much about it, but don't let the early energy slip away in the 4-3 sequence. It tended to be a bit laboured tonight. It's difficult, I know. So just speed it up if you do it again, a little bit more energy in that. But again, I was worried in this process, I keep on about it, going backwards and forwards. Is there any way you could have broken that up? Marie, could you stand aside? I think as you become more powerful, which is really a director's point, it's nothing to do with you, could you sit as you normally sit? You didn't actually, you got around behind her, did you, on occasions? Yes, but what is actually very disconcerting for somebody is actually if you stood right behind, you stood here. Towards the end of the play, when you got a right forward from the knife, it was very good when you stood behind. But as you got more powerful, I wonder whether you could have stood here. Can you remember any lines that might work on? It's just to break this backwards and forwards business. If you can't, it doesn't really matter. But I think
Try it. Let's try sound stem and all my ears. Yeah, that bit.
Sounds!
so if you're going to break it into
Oh, sorry.
No, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. But another thing that I thought you only used it once. Again, it's nothing to do. It's really your direct time. It's to you didn't really use come over here very much, did you? Only once, I think. You see, you're breaking the angle of not being in a straight line. If you could have got here, there aren't many places to go, and I was wanting to hear. And again, you don't have to look at it. You can, right? So just do half a page and see if you get into those two positions.
Let's go a bit
In this way, the sounds filled with warm air, weighing lighter than the air all around, will float on, no longer in danger of falling
on deaf ears.
It's quite right, but don't interrupt. And an indescribable chaos saw, bursting like balloons. And so, Madam, what's the matter with you?
I've got the toothache.
That's not stopping for a little thing like that. To continue.
Got the toothache.
To continue.
Yes.
Come to the next bit.
Could you go stay behind her for another 1 minute.
To continue.
Yes.
Summing up then, Mademoiselle. Learning to pronounce takes years and years. Thanks to science, we may do it in a few minutes. In order to make sounds or words or anything you like, you must realize then that the air has to be pitilessly forced out of the lungs, lightly brushing the vocal cords.
Okay, thanks. And if you just carried on, you could have perhaps gone that way round rather than. But for you, did it feel slightly odd to have somebody behind you? I think it does. Maybe that was a moment, or maybe others, when it would be a good moment to stand behind. Because it's very disconcerting if somebody's behind you talking to you. And I think that could have shown perhaps on your face. Can we go from your second entrance? Now, I thought you got 2 games, not your fault.